Alright, sorry about that, guys. Apparently my other camera's battery was dead and in the middle of me talking it shut off. Um well, here, let's go back to this, and here's my normal camera. Well, it's actually my girlfriend's, but I really didn't want to use my cell phone because for some reason the quality lately has been really poor. I'm hoping I just fix the resolution on it. But like I said, I usually keep my camera in there like that. It's got a perfect little pouch for it. Um, I don't really remember exactly where I was because I wasn't expecting my phone to die or my camera to die. Anyways, full padded bottom strapping system. If you can see, I kind of taped up all the access and put a band around it. Um, Taping up the access is actually a really good idea. For multiple reasons. One, you don't have all this crap just hanging around. If you can, yeah, I don't have all of them typed up only because the ones on the shoulder straps right here, those get loosened and tightened a whole lot. So I just said screw it. But I try and tape most of these guys anytime it's got a loose or a large amount, only because these little elastic bands here, they don't really stay on that well. Like they don't hold it for very long. So I just take electrical tape, wrap it around once or twice, and done with it. This here is one of those things like that I said you don't have to have, you don't need. And this is just pure for enjoyment. It's my binoculars. Keep them right there so they're right at my waist. So if I see something that I think's cool, pull those bad boys out and take a look. I think that's it for the outside as far as like what's literally on the outside of it. Um, Now, one of the bad things about the way I have my bag set up, um, which I'm trying to figure out a way around it with maintaining the convenience that I have, is actually right here underneath all this stuff where these straps are, there's pockets. There's side, like, explosion pouches. You can unzip them, they expand the bag a little bit. I can show you that here in a second. I'll get to that in a second, actually. So here's my one external pouch besides the side pouches. My side pouches are being utilized at the moment, if anybody's wondering. But in here is pretty much all of my light and really your kind of essentials as far as starting a fire or letting people know where you're at if it's too dark. I'm just gonna pull everything out of here so you can see. There's one of my other multi-tools. I have two of them. That one stays in the bag at all times. The other one I generally try and carry on me every day. That's one of those things you don't need. It's a hand sanitizer. I primarily carry that around for my girlfriend. I'll explain all this crap after I get it out. How about we do that? Okay, so that's everything that was in that pouch. I have a headlamp. It's got two colors, standard white, and then it's also got a red, which I know that's really hard to kind of see, but it's got, your two different settings. It's acting weird right now. I think my batteries are dying in it. I also have these two things. I'm sure a lot of guys, especially if you go into Home Depot or Uncle Sam's or anything, have seen these. They're like emergency indicators or something. I don't remember what they're called, but they got a whistle on the end, so if you get lost, you just blow the whistle. It's got a button, so you have a white light in the top, and then you hit the button again, and I know you can't see this really, but here, let me see. It glows green. Then you can hit it, and it'll strobe. There, I just turned off the white light, actually, because when you first turn the green on, the white light's still on. But then you can hit it again, and it'll strobe. I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of see that blinking. And fourth time to turn it off. Same thing with this one, except for instead of green, it glows blue. And strobes blue. I found that these have come really in handy if there's one or two of you out and you're just wandering the woods and you don't want, like, you got a good full moon out, but say there's so much brush you can't see each other. You just turn these on and turn them on the color and strobe it, and you can find each other like within minutes. It's really nice. Um, Next, I have my little flashlight. One of two that I carry. One stays in my vehicle at all times, and the other one stays in this bag of all times. This is like the third or fourth one of these I've had. I keep losing them. Um, this is also a 10-minute flare. Um, this is good for pretty much any situation. I'd recommend just getting like a set of these. You can buy them at like Dobbs, and just putting it in your car. If you break down, these things are fantastic to let people know that you're broke down, or that's why cops use them when you're in a wreck or something. They last for 10 minutes. On top of that, the reason I have it is, say you're in soaking wet wood. You light this flare, throw some leaves on it, and just kind of keep babying it. It'll start a fire with some soaking wet wood. It's such a hot burning thing, I've done it a couple times. I know it's a waste of a flare, but I was just testing it. Next, basic little Bic lighter. If you know me, I have a bunch of lighters on me. This one stays in my bag. It's small. I don't have to worry about it. I mean, I carry a white larger one, and then I also have my wind-resistant Zeppo, which, that's actually a new purchase, and I'm happy about it. They come in handy. Then you got, these are the cheapies. I don't like these, but whatever. I actually don't even know where they came from. But I have backup batteries, multiple backup batteries. This guy takes 3 batteries. This guy takes 3 batteries. So I have a good amount of backup batteries. You just never know. I mean, I don't have backup batteries for my big light just because they take up so much space. But, just something that takes AAAs that puts out a good amount of light. It's really good. I mean, I got these little baggies actually from work. I mean, you can buy them anywhere though. And lastly, the failsafe matches. The downside to my matches is I don't have a the matchbox, or the striker form. So really, you got to be inventive if you're like me and lose the actual matchbox before you get done. Once again, like I said, this is my multi-tool. These things come in extremely handy. This one's got a little bit more on it than the one I actually carry on me. This one's got like a saw on it, which, great use. It's actually got another, I don't use it that much, so it's kind of stiff. Another serrated blade. Screwdrivers, small straight blades, can openers, just your basic of what you may need, and pliers, obviously. To give you an idea, oops, there we go with the cloth in front of the camera again. That's the one. This is my other one. I like this one a little bit more because it's what they call a single hand opener. It's got these little points on here, and literally to open it, you just put it in your hand and flick your wrist, and it pops open, and you can pretty much pull out any of the blades or any of the items with one hand. And the lock system is actually this little guy here on the back. You just slide that up and it unlocks the blade or whatever. And they're really nice. They're not very expensive either. If you don't have one and you'd like to get one, just go to like Walmart, or Dick's Sporting Goods, or an outdoors place. You're kind of better off going there than just Walmart, unless you know what you're buying. Mine's a Gerber. I like Gerber for most of my knives. There's a few that I carry that aren't Gerbers, like this guy. It's a Tac Force. Yeah, I know, you're probably like, what the hell do you need a curved blade for? I found this thing has come in handy more times than not. But primarily for work purposes, not really out in the woods. But I suppose if you have to gut an animal, it'd come in real handy, because, you can leave your hand straight and just slice down, but whatever. Don't want to get too gory here. Go ahead. And I have no rhyme or reason to the way I put the stuff in here. You know, it just as long as like my fire and my light is in my front pocket is the way I see it. Because you know that's some of the stuff you're gonna need right off the bat, pretty much any time. I'm gonna find it funny if someone else decides to come over here and park, and they're gonna have to sit here and listen to me rant. I'm sure some of you guys on here are probably like, I'm gonna turn this off now. This is stupid. This guy is not a professional. No, I'm not a professional. I'm a enthusiast. I do this for fun, and I'm just, you know, I'm defending myself really right now when I really shouldn't be for some reason. I don't know. Whatever. And this right here. This is really one of those things. You don't you don't need this out in the woods, but there is a benefit to having hand sanitizer out in the woods. And if anybody's watched Survivor Man, or he might even do it on Man vs. Wild with Bear Grylls, hand sanitizer is a great way to start fires. With all the oils and the alcohol in it, this stuff lights up and it just continues to burn until it pretty much evaporates. And if you can put it in like a bottle cap or something, it takes forever. It's a good way to start a fire. I have this in there. I try and keep it full. It's not full right now because my girlfriend's a germaphobe, and anytime we go camping, she uses it. Which, you know, there's another plus if you're a germ fanatic or don't want germs, I guess, whatever. So now I'll show you the sides here. I'm not gonna take everything complete. Well, yeah, might as well. So there's that guy. Machete. Oops. Oh, my rope. And that just, yeah, I already told you about that. Alright, so here's, it's hard to see, but you can see it's kind of bubbled out right now. That's because I've actually got stuff in here. I have, like, a disposable poncho. Whoops, sorry, I'm turning the camera all funky on you guys. Disposable poncho, you know, if you have extra people with you, or if, you know, if you're one of those people that packs their bag, you know, without the thought of possible rain, I'd always have one of these and put it in the side or put it somewhere that's just right there to grab. I have rawhide gloves here. They're useful for, you know, say you're starting a fire and you need to break wood, and you know, good to have some gloves. Nice little first aid kit. It's got pretty much everything in there still. You know, antiseptic, cleansing, band-aids, rubber gloves. I mean, it's got a pretty good amount of stuff. I got moleskin in here. I mean, moleskin did not come in this pack. I would recommend, though, if you're a hardcore hiker, to go get you some moleskin. It helps if you don't have the proper type of like socks. You know, if you have 100% wool socks, I would definitely recommend getting some polyester sock liners. It just helps prevent you from getting, or helps, yeah, pretty much prevent you from getting blisters. I mean, you still might get blisters, but it won't be nearly as bad. And then finally, baby wipes. This is pretty much just for cleaning yourself if you're out for a while. I mean, I'm sure you could throw these guys down on the fire and light them up and get a good fire going, but all that, you know, fits on this one side here. And see if I can do this one-handed here. Oops. Oh, sorry, I'm pointing the camera all funky. I don't know if you really care to see me packing this thing back up, but yeah. But yeah, just try and do everything in, dang it, in a way that I can get to it. I mean, obviously, yeah, I have to take stuff off my bag, but it didn't take long to take that off. It only took a couple seconds, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, so that's my first aid and my kind of sanitization side, if you will. Alright, for a second here, I'm going to have to put the camera down. I don't know if you're going to be able to really see. I'm going to try and prop it up But and with like this, I just, do what I can. Just loosen this guy up a little bit and snap it back too. Sorry if the camera's all weird and not pointing at anything important, which really, what is important? With this, I don't know if you could see this, your general bottle carrier. I actually slide my machete through all these straps into that bottle carrier, so that it prevents it from possibly snagging on anything, and it actually holds it at the proper, or at a perfect height, so that I can easily grab my machete while I'm walking. Whoops, I forgot to put my e-tool back on there. Alright, yeah, and then, that's all I do. I throw it in there, get everything kind of in a good position where it won't slide around too much, and just start yanking on it and winch it back down. It really secures everything in there pretty nicely. Covers up some of the brightness of it, And this other side is the exact same way, but there's nothing in it because of how thick my tent is. So basically what I did is, since the tent is such a large cylinder compared to everything on this side, I put everything I would need in here so that the inside of the bag is somewhat level, and I have basic, the same playing area, the same basic shape on both sides. Up top here I have my waterproof coat. It's a 100% Gore-Tex coat. I'm not going to pull it out because literally it's in there to stay in there unless I have to use it, and I really hope I don't have to, because it was kind of a pain in the butt to get in there. I'm actually going to be getting I'm going to get sidebar. When you're getting waterproof gear or rain gear or whatever, wet gear, whatever you want to call it, besides those disposable ponchos, I would definitely recommend, going up and going to a sporting goods shop and looking at the wet weather gear, because the coat I have, it's wonderful. It's a good Gore-Tex heavy coat. I've used it when it's 5 degrees out and raining, and it keeps me nice and warm, dry. It goes down to about here on me. I don't know where my camera's pointing, but it goes, about where these pockets are, and it's got a good big hood on it and everything. But it's just, that's a large space that it's just filling up, and it's kind of wasting all my space there. Another great thing about this bag, even though it's cheap, some people think, cheap bags, you're kind of screwed when it comes to water, because the bags are not waterproof really. This one actually came with a waterproof liner. It's just stored inside the bottom of this. I've used it a couple times. It's really quick and easy to pop on the bag. You hook onto the top and just pull it over the whole thing and snap some little snaps on. That's actually what these little bitty rings that you see right here are for, is what that bag hooks on, or the rain guard. I used to have my rope. I actually carry bungee cords in here as well. That actually might be in the side pouch here. I forgot where I put them. We'll pull that open here in a second. But I used to hang all my ropes and stuff from here, but that just was a bad idea. I got hung up on every tree, every branch. If you watch the Osage River videos where we're hiking out to the trains, when I first started, all my stuff was hanging on out here, and at the end nothing's hanging on the outside, because I just got hooked on every single thing you could possibly imagine. Alright, let's go on to the inside of the bag. If you notice, and you're probably like, well, how has this got two? Well, really, this is a waterproofing system. Also, it allows the bag to get taller, and then you can make the top of it go up even higher, because you can loosen the straps for the top. You can take the top completely off if you want to. Wouldn't recommend it, but yeah, so if you fill your bag up, and you can't get this one tight, you can tighten this one. pretty cool little feature. This guy, that is my pillow. It is a Field and Stream, just basic little stuff sack pillow. It about doubles in size. It'll probably from the side of the bag to about here, and it's a little bit larger than this plank of wood. Not, it's not like a awesome pillow, but it's something. It's better than just putting your head straight on hard ground. Water bottles. The only reason I have water bottles, and this is a personal thing, I don't like water. And I know a lot of people are probably like, what the hell? How do you not like water? It's important, blah, blah, blah. I agree. Water is extremely important. If you go out, please take at least something like this, a couple water bottles. Please take that with you. Don't take soda. I'm stupid, and I've taken Mountain Dews with me on a couple of times, and it's a bad idea. Your body doesn't need all that sugar to run. It needs water and vitamins, and Mountain Dew is just not. Mountain Dew and soda in general is just not the way to go. And I know a lot of you people are like, yeah, that's common sense, dumbass. Well, I hate the taste of water. So, what I do is I actually have those little Powerade or Gatorade powder pouches, and they're designed for these 20-ounce bottles. And I'll just dump one in there, shake it up real good, and I have instant Gatorade without carrying around a giant jug of Gatorade. Which that's what's in here right now. You can't tell because it's blue, but yes, please. I definitely recommend you take a water bag or some kind of water with you. If you want to take a soda or something with you, please primarily have water though. Take a can of soda or a bottle of soda, and then if you have that, have like a 2-liter Camel pack or something with you. My girlfriend's going to be making fun of me when she watches this, but yes, water is extremely important, and I know it, and I hate it, but I deal with it. That's just a shirt. It's a flannel cold weather shirt that I have. These are like Under Armour cold weather. Once again, I actually have some on. I've got these are the pants, and this is the shirt. And this is like a fleece, and this is like a Under Armour spandex kind of material. I have the shirt of that on right now, and I have the pants of these on. I generally never wear the pants and this. It's just too much, but that's a sidebar. Who cares? This is one of those things that you don't necessarily need in your hiking bag. It's just a little 5-pound skillet, and you take that out of your bag. It makes a world of difference, but you never know when you're going to be cooking. And then I got like this little, sorry guys, little fold-out spatula. It's plastic. It's got a serrated edge, sharp little thing. I've used it a couple times. It works really, really nice. It's made by GSI Outdoors. Really, really good little guy. I picked it up at Uncle Sam's for like $10 or something. Yeah, that's the other thing. Don't ask me about prices. I do not remember the price of any of this stuff except for the bag, really. And then the final thing in here is something I got from my stepfather. Did I get this at Uncle? I don't know. But it's a what do they call that thing? A wubby or something? I don't know. It's just a silky blanket, but it's like waterproof or something. But it's really thin. It's really light. And it's extremely warm. I've used it going camping numerous times. So it's extremely warm, but it's great to have for like the summertime. So you don't, if you don't want to sleep in a sleeping bag or something, that thing's perfect. And finally, there is a hydration pack in here. If you can see that guy, it's 100 ounce. I don't even know where that came from, honestly. I could have got it from a friend or whatever, but it's got a hydration pouch in here system, and up in the top here where that little white tab is, there's actually holes that go to the left or the right that come out right here. Yeah, see here. Oops. Oh, if I can show you. There we go. the hole comes out, and then you can run it down the left or the right, so you can have your water pouch right there. Mine's not full because I don't need it to be. I'm not gonna be out for very long. I mean, hell, it's already like 5 o'clock and I'm losing light, which is fine. I mean, I'd honestly rather be giving a little bit of insight on what I do, and kind of how, if you're just getting into hiking and stuff and backpacking, if you don't know where to go or where to start, here's a good reference point. I definitely recommend that in your bag you have, your basic stuff that everyone tells you to have, but I like to have an extra, like an extra hoodie or something in there, because you never know. Like, okay, for instance, my hoodie right here, this thing is extremely thin. I've had it forever. It's tattered, worn, and it doesn't zip up. So, if it was to drop temperature out here, I'd be kind of in trouble with this thing, sleeveless freaking, but I got that other shirt underneath. But, it's just, I'd be in trouble, really. I mean, I'd be freezing. Granted, I have my sleeping bag, which I will show you that next. But, yeah, it's not a fun idea to not come prepared. Took me 2 seconds here. I'm going to set this down so I can get everything back in that bag. Alright. But yeah, so I'd recommend keeping nothing big. Don't have like your biggest warm fleece you got in your hiking bag, because that's just adding weight that you don't need. Just another, I mean, a fleece is great because they're actually lightweight, but like those, I wouldn't recommend like the North Face, what is that, Denali jacket or whatever. It's just too bulky. Now a jacket I would recommend, only because I work at Dick's, so I'm promoting them. There's Under Armour makes this thing called a Charged Cotton Storm, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about. Those things are not very thick, they're not very heavy, and they're water resistant, not waterproof. There's a big difference. But they're water resistant, and they're warm. They're extremely warm. I'm actually, maybe when I have money, gonna pick one up, and I'll throw that in here instead of that other stuff, because I really don't necessarily like that other stuff. So okay. Alright. So that's that back together. Whoops, sorry. You could pull the edges over everything if you want. I try to keep it that way. It doesn't stay that way. This bag also has up in here where my raincoat is. It's got the ability to put an MP3 player or whatever up in there if you want. A lot of people like to have music when they're walking. I know I do. I don't have an MP3 player, but I just use my cell phone. This thing is actually, I don't know what the weight is on it, but this final compartment here, I'm not going to pull it out just because I'm still working on trying to figure out how to get my sleeping bag in there properly. But it's like, I've got the vertical and horizontal compression on it, and the horizontal compression I had to make myself, because apparently nobody makes a horizontal and vertical compression sack, which kind of annoys me, because that's why I have such a hard time getting in here, because it's too fat after I compress it lengthwise. But I have a 5-degree sleeping bag that my lovely girlfriend got for me for Christmas, even though, I kind of was like constantly hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But it's a 5-degree, or yeah, 5-degree, negative 15 degrees Celsius sleeping bag, by Everest, I believe. I could be wrong on the company name, but that's not really important. And there's a freaking jewel stuck to the bottom of the bag. But yeah, that's my backpacking bag and basically broken down. Like, you've seen pretty much everything in it and on it. So, you know, if you see in my videos in the future... Oh, wait, yeah, I forgot about this side. So you know what this tent is. If someone's like, wow, that's a small tent. This is a... What was the company? I don't remember the company. I don't know why I don't remember the company, because it was about an $85 tent, but it's designed specifically for hiking and backpacking. It's a 2-person hiking backpacking tent. They make smaller tents. Eureka makes a 1-person tent, which is really nice. I thought about buying it because it's smaller, but you know, I got that. It's a good little tent. It's got a little vestibule on it, which I know saying the word vestibule is kind of fun and weird sounding, but I'm not going to keep going on that. Anyways, this side pocket over here, pocket, whatever. I have orange trail marking tape. It's come in handy a couple times. You know, if you're going into an area, say you're going into a cave and you're going to camp out there, but you're going deep into the cave, this is a really good marker. You know, you can just string it along the cave wall or put a little bow here and there, or even if you're in the woods, whatever, just a way to mark your trail. Really handy. Electrical tape. I don't know how many people carry electrical tape with them. I prefer electrical tape over duct tape because of the fact that when you pull electrical tape, it kind of shrinks and gets, you know, it puts more compression on something. So if you've wrapped it around, you pull it, it'll tighten it real good. Also because electrical tape's so much thinner and easier to carry around, and it's waterproof for the most part, just like duct tape. I mean, yes, duct tape is 10 times better than electrical tape. I'm not saying it's not, but it depends on the application. And personally, I don't want silver all over my bag. I'd rather have it kind of all blend in as much as possible. And then another thing I got at Uncle Sam's are these guys. They're short, 2-foot long bungee cords. I believe they're 2 foot long before stretched. Really great for, like, if you don't have a tent. You have these guys, you got a tarp with you or something, you could throw these up and make you a really good tent. Or, sorry, I thought I heard someone talking, but it's myself echoing. You know, or you can use them to help you, I don't know, string up fish, or, you know, just make traps even, you know, just keep them. Yeah, actually really good for traps, I'm sure, if you could stretch them out far enough and then have it whip back and stuff. Or, you know, I don't know, use your imagination. Watch a survival show. I'm not a survivalist yet. I hope to be eventually. Who knows, maybe one day I could be on Les Stroud's show. Yeah, I know a bunch of you are making fun of me for that reference. I don't care. But yeah, that's the side pocket. That's like my not so important emergency stuff. But yeah, if you can see that, stupid coat, you know, that's the far side of it normally. And then, like, you can puff that thing out quite a bit, you know. So it'll almost double in size, really. I mean, you can get even more in there if you don't have stuff on the side, obviously. But one way I keep my bag or my tent from sliding down, which I know if you guys looked at it, it's all like, whoa, how's that say? Yet again, I utilize these cup straps. And I know you're like, well, you know, if you do that, well, where are you going to put your water bottle over there? I actually hooked that onto the front, onto my waist, and I don't very often fill up the hydration pack, only because I know I'm not going to be out long enough for that. And I know, you know, as a survivalist or as a adventurer, you know, you always prepare for the worst kind of thing, but I carry enough in the water bottles that I think I carry enough basically for emergency in a way, and then I can always find water along the way, you know, streams, whatnot, and just go from there. But on occasion I will fill up that hydration pack depending on like what the temperature is outside. If it's blazing hot outside, I will carry extra weight. I mean, when you fill up that hydration pack, it's gonna add probably 2-3 pounds on you, but you know, 2-3 pounds of hydration compared to being dehydrated and freaking having hallucinations and headaches and crap like that, I'd rather carry a little bit of extra weight on me, personally. And then, yeah, once again, I just strap it in and start yanking. Unless I get it like that, and I loosen the strap too much where I can't yank on it. There it goes. Alright. And there we go. That's my bag. That's my outdoor hiking bag. Ah, crap, I forgot these straps. These straps I actually made, kinda. I went to Walmart, bought extra male and female clips and extra straps. I have, when you buy the straps, it actually comes with a set of the clips. I bought a second set, so I have 4 clips, and I cut the straps in half, so I have 4 straps. And these were actually the thing I was talking about that I had hooked down here, and my tent was hooked into these. It's just, there's too much slack here, and I couldn't get it to like snap up on there, so it would just sit here and woggle back and forth. It was very, very irritating when you first started walking. Now, I mean, once you got walking and everything, you didn't really notice it, because your natural movement and the bag's movement and everything had finally kicked in together, and you know, whatnot. And yes, I am a dork and put a skull on my bag, you know. That's another thing, your personal preference. You can put a fairy there, a butterfly, a rainbow, I don't know. Or just leave it alone. As far as the clothes go that I actually wear on my body when I go out, I don't have anything special. These pants that I'm wearing here, they're made by Faded Glory. I got them at Walmart. They've got a good amount of cargo pockets. You know, got a side pocket here. Got a couple pockets. This is where I usually keep one of the flashlights. I'll hold it in there so it's right on me. Pen holder, you know. But really nothing special. The boots that I wear, they're basically just waterproof boots. From Walmart, once again. I would definitely recommend, if you have the money to do so, go buy you some like outdoor Columbia pants. They have some that are so you don't have to stare at my bag. Columbia makes some really nice pants that are like water resistant, dirt resistant, you know, they stay clean basically, which is really cool. I don't know why all clothes don't do that, so you don't have to wash them so much, but whatever. Cause like the pants I have on, they're not really designed to take, you know, you running down a mountain, or, you know, these have actually stood up really well. That's why I pretty much always wear these when I go hiking. I've worn these pretty much in every video, I think, that I've gone hiking. If you really look, I don't know, I think the video with me riding the Katy Trail and me and Cedric, I think I was wearing these. The Osage, I know I was wearing these when we went on the Osage River. And yeah, I think I pretty much wear these all the time. They're just cheap pants. I mean, you really don't need anything special. This is coming from me. I wear trip pants all the time. Don't wear trip pants, because they will live up to their name in about 5 minutes in the woods. You will be face first every 5 minutes. I'm not joking. As far as shirts, jackets, what have you, once again, I don't have the proper equipment. I don't have the money for that, so I just do with what I can. I layer up when I go out. Like I said, I got this little just athletic. It's not a compression. It's a loose fit athletic shirt. I also have the one underneath it. That's the same thing. It's a athletic long